Good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream. I'm brought to you by Hope Through Navigation. This is our Hood Recovery Services, and today is July the 7th. I'm going to do the spiritual principle a day in a meditation with you. I'm looking forward to it. It's their new release. Let's go ahead and get into that reading. All right. The practical and spiritual application of we. Page 196. In NA, our identification as addicts is what we have in common. And this comes from the end times of illness, mental health issues, IP. Okay. What bound our predecessors together in NA's early days is what connects us today. It's our identification as addicts through the common lens of the disease of addiction and our desire to get clean. That commonality alone means we belong here and with each other, despite what or how much we use the specifics of our stories and experiences and what makes us different as people. One of NA's gifts we hear members say over and over again is having relationships with people whom we very likely would never even have met, let alone connected with outside the rooms. NA's success as a fellowship since its inception has hinged on this fact. Our best hope for recovery from addiction is banding together to help each other. Our common welfare, the health and well-being of other groups and NA as a whole, underpins our personal recovery. That includes every member of this fellowship, past and present. Even our future members depend on the we of NA. Though we may approach them in a variety of ways, it's no accident that 11 of the 12 steps start with the word we. But we isn't just a concept. Like all principles, its practical application is what makes it spiritual. When we identify, we connect. When we share our true selves, that connection deepens. When we help each other and accept help, we stay connected. Above all, practicing we is fulfilling our primary purpose of carrying the message of recovery to the still suffering addict. I will be mindful of practicing we today by investing in our common welfare. I'll keep what I have by giving it away to another addict. I like that. I like that just for today. It's not just for today, excuse me. I like that spiritual principle today. And the spiritual principle they're talking about is the spiritual principle of the word we. And what makes it spiritual is that it's practical. It's practically applied, right? So when I talk about we and the importance of it, one person could not have developed this program, which allows many, many, many thousands and thousands and thousands of people, hundreds of thousands, millions even, right, of people to apply the principles of the 12 steps, all of them. And basically, I don't want to say get the same results, but get the same promise that any addict can stop using, find a new way to live. Well, any addict can stop using, find, and lose the desire to use and find a new way to live, right? Though that's one promise with 3 pieces to it. And so when we think about it, how can something seemingly so simple be beneficial to so many people? That's called practical application, right? And we've learned that if it isn't practical, it's not spiritual. The whole purpose of something being spiritual is that it surpasses basic physical elements. It surpasses what we see. It surpasses what we feel. It's spiritual in nature, meaning that even though it's unseen, it's definitely felt. There's definitely fruit of faith. There's fruit of having hope. There's fruit in the word we, in being a part, right, of this community of recovering individuals. And that's what we need to focus upon, is that we don't have to do this alone. A lot of people like to say that the NA in Narcotics Anonymous stands for never alone, right? Because they don't want to look at that word narcotics. They don't want to, that's a negative word. They don't want to look at that, right? So they'll just say, I'm never alone. I know that I'm never alone. And today, more than any other time than our former history, we can actually say, we can connect with other addicts without even having to go to a world convention anymore. We can go to so many meetings all around the world that are on a virtual platform. And I do want to say Zoom is not the first virtual platform that there's been. There's WebEx, there's In the Rooms. It's an application you can download on your phone. And those people show up and moderate, chair meetings for so many different topics, more than just Narcotics Anonymous. There's AA, there's CA, there's SA. There's so many A's in the rooms and on that application. You can go to a meeting. There's Overeaters Anonymous. There's so many different things that you can experience on that application in the rooms. And it's amazing. It was the first time that I experienced an NA meeting in a virtual platform. I wasn't that excited about going because it seemed like, I wasn't that excited about going because it seemed like I couldn't get all the windows on my phone. Like you can't see everybody all at once, but if you join on the computer, you can see more. And so I just want to encourage you to remember that the we is larger and more full than it's ever been today as a result of this pandemic that we are all surviving through. And I just want to say to you that if you're a person that got clean during the pandemic, congratulations. Congratulations. You did it at a time that was really difficult for a lot of people to be able to maintain. A lot of people that have been around a long time even relapse. So if you came into the program and you're still working your program rigorously, and you came in during the pandemic, I just want to say congratulations and welcome. And so we're talking about the we of the fellowship here, and we're talking about how it has longevity. It's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. And even though some of us may cease to live or cease to be in recovery, in and of itself, this is a movement that can't be stopped by just one or two people. This has grown to something that is worldwide. And we have the privilege of being a part of that. And our connectedness, our unity, and putting that before our personal preference. It's what's going to make sure that our children have a place to come when they're struggling with the disease of addiction, where they can come and find relief. They can come and find something that will work. They'll have to seek it out unless they get a nudge from a judge, right? They have to seek it out. But it's very important for us to continue to allow our NA unity to come first, because the we is better than the you and the I or me, right? Or them. It's us. And if you're a part of that, I want to greet you this morning and say good morning to you. Have a beautiful day. I will talk to you tomorrow.